Hello and welcome back to another quick video. Today I'm going to be showing a couple of you how to make a pennel pulley rig, double hooked pennel pulley rig for yous that don't know how to do it. So for the body, for the rig, we're using 60-pound ultrasonic monofilament. You want yourself 2.5 to 3 foot. Snip that off. Put that aside. This is the length of your sinker, so we've gone for 2.5 to 3 foot. You can either use one of these splashdowns, your bait clips onto there. When it hits the water, it will flick over and it will release your hooks, so you're casting out with everything tight and neat. Or you can go for the slightly cheaper option, which are these. Doesn't matter which one you use, both work the same, other than when this one hits the floor, your sinker will release the hook from there, whereas that releases as soon as it hits the water, because the water pushes that up. Yeah, so we'll use this one today. So you want to tie that onto the bottom. I just use a blood knot. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Grab the tag end through the loop at the bottom, give it a pull. And what you want to do here is you want to make sure you put a little bit of spit on it. It's not very nice, but it helps it slide together much neater, like so. So that's what you end up with. So snip the tag end off. Next, you want to grab yourself a bead, and you can either use a pulley bead or you can use a swivel. Swivel's probably a cheaper option, so we'll go for the swivel. So you want to put a bead on first, get that on there, followed by a swivel, then another bead. Just let that drop to the bottom. Now you need another swivel. I'm just using Sakuma size 1s rolling swivels. Pick these up from most tackle stores. You can get heavier duty ones, it depends what sort of ground you're fishing. You're going to tie that onto the end of that main line. Same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The thinner line you want more wraps. Poke the tag end through the loop, nip it with your finger, little bit of spit on it, pull it nice and tight, snip the tag end off. So that's your first part. That's your first part done. Yeah, so we're going to tie the hooks to this end using a shorter lead than that, so we'll opt for about 1/2 foot because we haven't made this very long, just for the video purpose. And that swivel that you put on there is what goes onto your main line, but I'll explain that shortly. So some people will use lighter line for the hook length, just so that if the hooks get snagged, the hooks will snap off, but you'll still get your sinker back and half of your rig, but you will lose your hooks. But today we're just going to use the same line, because I'm fishing heavy ground. So tie that on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Tag end through. Some people will use a uni knot. I like this knot. I've never had it fail on us, but each to their own. Snip the tag end off. I always leave a little bit on, a little bit of the tag end. So hooks, we are going to go for size 3 circle hook, which goes on first, and just drop that on. And then we're going to go for a size 6 Sakuma Manta for your main hook, your bottom hook. So that on, same again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. tag end through, a little bit of spit on it, and then you're just going to pull that knot nice and tight. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to use this so that I don't get stabbed. So feed that down, just nice and tight. Snip off the tag end, always leaving a tiny little bit on. So your sinker would work the same. If it was this one, your sinker would go on. And basically, your hook, when you cast out, would sit on that. When the weight hits the water, that will release off there, leaving your bait to float around. We're not using that one today. We're using this one. So you would bait up your bottom hook, put your squid on, put your cart on, whatever you're doing, tie it on, use your bait elastic, your worms, whatever. Then you would get this and you would wrap it round 3 to 4 times around your top hook, and you would hook that through your bait so that it would sit like that. That just means that top hook won't slide up and down, and it'll stop your bait falling off the bottom hook. Once you've baited up, the swivel you put on, that one in between the 2 beads, would go onto your main line, so onto your clip, onto your main line. So you're on your rig, you bait it up, you would hook that over that splashdown, as so. Yeah, so that's where I'm holding. Pretend that's on your main line. So that's your rig. You bait it up, you cast out, that hits the water, splash, weight hits the floor, your bait is left to float around, and it will sit like that in the water. It won't pull any tighter because you've got the bead and you've got the swivel there. When a fish comes and takes this, it will pull your weight out of the floor. So when you're coming in, you are just dragging the fish in. The weight is out of the way and it's out of the water for any snags. So yeah, it's a good little system. That's what I use. You will know you've got a bite on. So yeah, that is your double hooked pennel pulley. So I hope it's been useful for you. If anybody gets stuck with anything, just drop us a message, drop us a comment, and I will answer any questions. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope it helps somebody who's just starting out. So yeah, if you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. There's going to be plenty more videos coming, and I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Thank you.